The medical bay of the horizon's edge hummed with the soft glow of bioluminescent panels, casting an ethereal blue light across the sterile surfaces. Mia lay face down on the examination table, her crystalline skin flickering with pulses of pain violet streaks that raced across her translucent dermis like lightning through glass. Kevin stood behind her, medical scanner in hand, his jaw set in concentration. His calloused fingers, built for the heavy gravity of Earth, hovered over her wounded back with surprising hesitation. "I need to realign the fractured lattice in your exoskeleton," he said, his voice slow and measured. "This is going to hurt. Everything you humans do hurts," Mia hissed through clenched teeth, her native Valorian language translating through the neural implant at her temple. "Your atmosphere burns, your gravity crushes, and now your so-called medicine." "Hold still," Kevin interrupted, pressing his palm against her shoulder blade. "Careful, brute. You'll break my back." The words exploded from her throat as Kevin applied pressure to the damaged area. Her entire body went rigid, the bioluminescent patterns beneath her skin flaring bright crimson. Kevin didn't flinch. He'd heard worse from injured soldiers, from scared colonists, from his own reflection in the mirror after bad deployments. But his hands, those supposedly brutish, clumsy human hands, moved with practiced precision, finding the hairline fracture in her crystalline vertebrae. "Your species," he murmured, adjusting his grip, "has a breaking point of approximately 340 kilopascals. I'm applying 280. You're not going to break. Statistics mean nothing when a Death Worlder is prying at your spine." Mia's voice cracked with genuine fear, but she didn't pull away. She couldn't. The crash landing on Kepler for 4-2b had seen to that. 3 days ago, their diplomatic vessel had been caught in an asteroid field. 3 days ago, Mia had watched her Valorian crew, delicate, beautiful beings who evolved under a red dwarf's gentle embrace, crushed by the impact that Kevin had simply walked away from with a bruised rib. He was the only survivor capable of moving, and she had learned, in those terrible hours, what it meant when the galaxy called humans Death Worlders. Kevin worked in silence, his breathing steady, his movements economical. The medical regenerator in his other hand pulsed with soft white light, encouraging her alien cellular structure to knit back together. It was designed for human tissue, but Kevin had modified it, recalibrated it, understood it in a way that made Mia's academic mind spin. "How do you know much about Valorian physiology?" she asked through gritted teeth, desperate for distraction from the sensation of her bones being manipulated. "I read. You. Rita downloaded your species' entire medical database when we started this diplomatic mission. Took me 3 nights." He pressed again, and she felt something shift inside her, not breaking, but settling, like pieces of a puzzle finding their proper place. "Figured if I was going to be the only human representative, I should probably know how to keep my alien colleagues alive." 3 nights. Mia had spent 6 standard years studying human biology and still didn't understand how their cardiovascular system didn't simply collapse under its own aggressive efficiency. "Your people think we're fragile," she whispered. Kevin's hands paused. "Your people are fragile, by human standards. Then why do you touch me like I'm made of stars?" The question hung in the recycled air between them. Kevin's thumb traced the edge of the fracture with a gentleness that seemed impossible from hands that could crush steel. "Because," he said quietly, "fragile things can still be strong, and strong things can still be careful." He activated the regenerator fully, and Mia gasped as warmth flooded through her damaged tissue. The pain didn't vanish. Kevin had warned her it wouldn't, but it transformed into something bearable, something that felt like healing rather than breaking. "The first human I ever met," Mia said, her voice distant with memory, "was at the Galactic Council. He was a soldier, covered in scars, and when he shook my hand, I thought he would shatter every bone in my fingers." "Did he?" "No. He held my hand like it was made of morning frost, like one wrong move would destroy something precious." She turned her head slightly, catching Kevin's reflection in the polished metal of the medical tray. "I didn't understand then. I thought it was pity. It wasn't pity. I know that now." Kevin finished the procedure and stepped back, allowing Mia to slowly push herself upright. Her back still ached, but the violent lightning strikes of pain had faded to a dull glow. She rotated her shoulders experimentally, and her bioluminescence shifted to a soft, grateful gold. "You called me a brute," Kevin said, a hint of amusement in his eyes. Mia met his gaze. "You are a brute. Your species conquered a world that actively tried to kill you. You evolved to survive what would obliterate most sentient life. You're built to endure, to fight, to break things, and yet you spent 3 nights learning how to heal me." She stood, her legs still shaky but functional. "Do you know what the other species call humans? In the languages you haven't learned yet." Kevin waited. The gentle apocalypse. Mia's smile was alien, bioluminescent lips curving in an expression that didn't quite translate. "Because you are capable of such destruction, such overwhelming force, but you choose again and again to be careful instead." Kevin packed away his medical tools, saying nothing. "The galaxy feared humans when you first reached the stars," Mia continued. "We saw your wars, your violence, your terrible history. We thought you would conquer us all. Some of us wanted to, but you didn't. You became medics, diplomats, engineers. You used your strength to build instead of destroy." She placed one crystalline hand on his arm, knowing now that he would calibrate his response to her touch, that he would be exactly as present as she needed him to be. "Thank you, Kevin, for being careful, for being gentle, for being human." Kevin looked down at her hand on his arm, transparent skin over delicate bone structure that could shatter under Earth's gravity. He thought about all the ways he could hurt her, and all the ways he never would. "Someone once told me," he said, "that the measure of strength isn't what you can destroy, it's what you can protect." Outside the medical bay, the horizon's edge drifted through the cosmos, carrying two survivors through the dark. One fragile, one brutal, both stronger for understanding that the distance between those words was smaller than the galaxy had ever imagined. And in that small space between fragility and strength, between careful and careless, between human and alien, that's where the future lived. End.